Today I would like to present the problem of the pollution in East Kazakhstan on behalf of my team, which consists of Laura Rysdauletova, Yernur Abenov, and me, Ayana Biiseitova. East Kazakhstan is one of the industrialized regions of Kazakhstan. It has significant reserves of mineral resources and polymetallic ores, which contain zinc, lead, copper, and other noble metals. The abundance of non-ferrous metals determines the industrial specifics of the region. Therefore, East Kazakhstan is one of the main producers of non-ferrous metals in concentrates, refined gold, and silver, and it's the only one of titanium, magnesium, tantalum, fuel for nuclear power plants. However, despite the favorable impact of industry on the economy and the development of the region, the presence of a huge number of industrial plants adversely affects the environment of the region. The main enterprises of the mining industry and non-ferrous metallurgy exerting the predominant impact on the environment are Zinc, Management Company GSC, Vostok Tsvetmet, Reader Thermal Power Plant, Vostok Mazhavod, and many others. According to the assessment of the Department of Environmental Monitoring, in 2018, the East Kazakhstan region is characterized as an extremely polluted region with high values of the air pollution index and a standard index CI equal to 132 for hydrogen sulfide, which is exceeding the maximum permissible rate 13 times. The high level of pollution of nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, formaldehyde, hydrogen sulfide, suspended particles, phenol, and ammonia are due to several reasons. The first is emissions of petrol and diesel vehicles. The second is dispersion of emissions from industrial enterprises. The result of production processes during the combustion of industrial products is the entire list of harmful substances causing a high level of air pollution. Lack of winds for most of the year is the third reason. Airborne pollutants accumulate in the surface layer of the atmosphere and their concentration remains at a very high level throughout the year. Adverse weather throughout the year and a huge amount of emissions together have a synergistic effect on further deterioration of the environmental situation in the region. So, for example, the chemical composition of precipitation changes and the concentration of harmful substances in precipitation increases. According to the data of 2018, the Chief Department of Ecology in Uсть-Каменогорск took a sample for chemical analysis of rainwater at 4 meteorological stations in the cities of Reader, Semey, Ulken-Nарын, and Ust-Каменогорск, and concentrations of all detectable pollutants in precipitation do exceed the maximum permissible concentrations. The precipitation samples were dominated by the content of sulfates, 22.6%, calcium ions, almost 14%, chlorides, 8.3%, sodium, 5.6%. The highest total mineralization was noted in Uсть-Каменогорск, where the concentration of harmful substances in rainwater was 48.65 mg per liter. In turn, emissions into water and contaminated precipitation influenced the surface water quality in East Kazakhstan region. In 2018, 12 water bodies of East Kazakhstan, such as Kara-Yrtys, Yrtys, Brekse, Tikhaya, Ulba, Glubachanka, Krasnoyarka, Oba, Bukhturma, Yemel, Ayagos, Lake Markakol, and Bukhturma reservoirs have tested the presence of harmful substances. The water quality of water bodies is estimated as follows. The 9 out of 12, the Bukhturma River, Kara-Yrtys, Yrtys, Oba, Yemel, Ayagos, Markakol Lake, Uсть-Каменогорск, and Bukhturma reservoirs were classified as moderate level of pollution, which can be represented by yellow lines on the diagram. 4. Brekse, Tikhaya, Ulba, Glubachanka out of 12 were classified as high level of pollution, which can be seen by pink stars and blue lines. And why? 1. Krasnoyarka River was considered as high level of pollution, which is red stars on the diagram. The green color refers to the ecologically clear waters, and as you can see, there is no such color on the diagram. Compared to 2017, the quality of water of most of the rivers has not changed significantly, while in the Krasnoyarka River and the Markakol Lake it has further deteriorated. According to Yernur Abenov, the acting head of the Ecology Department of East Kazakhstan, the historical pollution, dumps of rocks, a tailing dump in the river valley, the drainage water which falls into rivers are the main reasons of polluted rivers. For instance, Krasnoyarka River is a victim of once successful industrial developments. Dirty water runoff falls into the Krasnoyarka River stream from the Irtysh mine owned by Vostok Tsvetmed, as well as from the old flooded Kapitalna mine owned also by the state. The Ulba River is polluted from the rock dump on the state-owned Tishinsky mine. This deposit made of waste rock from the Tishinsky mine was formed as early as 1960s. The problem has existed for more than 50 years, but during this time, no major measures have been taken by the state to curb the dirty water flow from the industrial landfill. The Department of Ecology claims that there is the same situation with soil pollution with heavy metals in East Kazakhstan region. The adverse environmental effect situation in the region also affects the health of people living there. It leads to an increase in diseases of both the respiratory system and cardiovascular system. Industrial cities in the region can be classified as environmentally hazardous areas, since the content of pollutants in their atmosphere significantly exceeds the maximum permissible concentrations. Emissions of lead from non-ferrous metallurgy are especially dangerous because of its toxicity and biomagnification, or ability to accumulate in the body. Lead accumulates in the body. Along with other harmful substances, it can cause adverse long-term effects, since it has mutagenic, carcinogenic, teratogenic toxic properties. The situation is further deteriorated by long history of nuclear bomb testing on semi-polygon. 468 uranic, plutonium, and hydrogen bombs explosion caused irretrievable hazard to the whole Kazakhstan, that was further aggravated by active mining and processing of non-ferrous metals in East Kazakhstan. The power of the all tested nuclear bombs on Polygon was 2.5 thousand times higher than the power of the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Official sources claim that 1.5 million became victims of more than 40 years of nuclear charges. Social programs that were organized after the shutdown of Polygon paid more than 13.6 billion tenges to the affected residents of the Kazakhstan region, which is 962,000 people. Even today, 30 years after, we can observe various consequences of bomb testing. The long-term effects of nuclear tests inherited from generation to generation are detrimental. The long-term consequences are so harmful, therefore they can be only eliminated through the implementation of a special state program and a comprehensive set of measures for the treatment, rehabilitation, social protection of the population, and the socio-economic development of the territory. For instance, it is observed that radiation exposure could trigger the process of premature aging of the body. Other consequences are not less tragic. The most demonstrative example is the fact that average life expectancy in East Kazakhstan does not exceed 40-50 years. Moreover, people have weakened immunity, anemia, arterial pressure disorders, blood and vascular pathology, mental illnesses, suicide, and the birth of children with congenital abnormalities. However, most importantly, the population is suffering from unusually high level of oncological diseases. As a result, the overall population has decreased significantly due to high mortality rates due to various illnesses. Although the state has taken measures to ease the long-term consequences, ecology and population of East Kazakhstan region today requires substantially new measures and significant financial investments. What can a person do to prevent the harmful effects of pollution? The most effective here is to reduce overall pollution. In 2018, 166 individuals and legal entities were brought to administrative responsibility for environmental damage. However, in spite of fines, the main plants of the region do not change the purification facilities currently used and do not install new ones. Therefore, the ecological situation does not change and even deteriorates. Residents are only warned of adverse conditions and are advised to take precautions to protect themselves from the effect of air pollution, which has become particularly dangerous for some time. Thank you for your attention.